Okay, places, rolling, and action.
Good morning, Mr. Weckerly. I brought you the file for the Hermanschlau meeting.
Thank you. Oh, Miss Bartholomew, you have a piece of fuzz on your shoulder. Allow me.
Cut! Okay, lady, you need to freeze.
I was freezing. Oh, you meant... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're gonna ruin this for me. What are you doing?
Honey, what are you doing? That tongue of yours could have a career. It's driving me crazy.
Places, let's make some magic, people. And action.
Good morning, Mr. Weckerly. I brought you the file for the Hermanschlau meeting.
Thank you. Oh, Miss Bartholomew, you have a piece of fuzz on your shoulder. Allow me.
Okay, stop. What you've just witnessed is an example of inappropriate office behavior. Clearly, this female employee is uncomfortable and finds her boss's overture unwelcome.
Meats and cheeses, you are rocking my clock, Mary.
22-minute podcast. 22-minute podcast. Don't wanna take up much of your time. Just gonna read some headlines. Stuff.
Welcome to the 22-Minute Podcast. My name is Wes Severson. Today is Thursday, February 20th, and I'm here with Mike Finley and James Fast.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. And I imagine they're both a little confused because this was such a deep cut to my memory.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being at my parents' friend's house. It had a secret room. They had too much money. I mean, I guess they had the right amount of money. But they had a media room. It was the first time I had ever seen a media room. Even found out what a media room was. So this was like mid-90s, something like it had to be after this episode came out, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, I remember being there and they're playing pool and stuff, but like Will and Grace is on the TV, and I just remember being like so shook as like a 6-year-old because it wasn't this scene exactly. Mm-hmm. But there's an entire episode of Will and Grace based around like discovering how good it feels to have someone lick inside of your ear. Huh. I like they just like start licking it but that's the thing is I think like Will, has that reaction of just like, what are y'all talking about? And then someone does it to him. And he enjoys it, and it becomes a running bit. And so that's what here, I'm just going to press play here. So, but I hadn't seen this scene, the one that we opened with. Mm-hmm. It's really funny. Now, the whole bit is based on sexual harassment.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be like a training video for sexual harassment. And so she's the put out secretary. Okay, I got a piece of fuzz, and now you're sexually harassing me. And now she's discovering, oh my God, that feels amazing. Oh, Jesus.
Turns consensual.
Yeah, right. So it's hey, sexual harassment was hilarious in the 90s. And so there's a little bit here where the director says, "Hey, lady, you're supposed to freeze," and French Stewart's all like, "I did freeze." Oh, it's the 90s, so a man calling himself a woman's fresh and new. Okay, so they're taking their places and they're redoing it, and now Megan Mulroney is coming back in, and now she's in the mood for her boss. Okay, hey, I got these files for you, Mr. Eckerly. Why don't you check out my shoulder? There might be a little bit of lint there.
You know what's really funny?
What?
That's not French Stewart.
That's not French Stewart?
That's Sean Hayes. French Stewart is in Third Rock from the Sun. Good bit. Happy Thursday, y'all.
I don't know what to do. I have nothing. I just, you know what?
That's so funny.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I have to bring this up. I have to bring this up now that this has happened. I'm happy to make the world aware of this episode of Will and
Yeah,
Grace.
no, it's good. It's good.
And I'm happy to relive how weird it was. Anyway, it's French Stewart's birthday, guys. Sorry.
He played Inspector Gadget in the sequel.
That's right. Anyway, no, you know what this moment reminds me of, though, is I was listening to a radio show where someone they wanted to take the opportunity to roast Creed.
Okay.
And so they were doing like kind of a segment where like it was a localized radio show. So it was like, oh, there's some bands coming through town. Nickelback is coming through town, right? And then all of a sudden they start playing a Creed song, and like they think that, and you know, of course, and then finally like one of the hosts is like, why are we playing this? You know, it's like, what? It's like, oh, this is Creed. You know, so I just had my "This is Creed"
Nice.
moment. But anyway, lick your lover's ear. You know, when you get the chance. Mike, you should do it, but record it. Not
okay.
on video.
No, yeah.
Just get a little audio of like. You got to do it before she listens to this. Yeah, just like
Ear licking ASMR.
just like out of nowhere, you know. Like where you think it might be kind of like maybe it's a little bit flirty, and just like for some reason you just decide you're gonna lick her ear, you know, and just have your phone recording in your pocket.
I love my homework assignment. Thank you.
Because I just want to hear the reaction.
I'm just gonna have Are you wearing a wire?
Are you wearing a wire? And she, what? No. And then just bow. Mike. Oh no, my friend.
He was in too deep.
How did we get the audio? All right, sorry. All right, so
This is unusable.
I fucked all that up.
That was great.
On this day in 1974, let's get to February 20th.
Yeah.
Let's get to
February
something that
20th.
actually has
Thursday.
to do with something. Yeah. It's 1974. Steely Dan. We mentioned Steely Dan last episode, didn't we? Oh no, you said Dire Straits.
Dire Straits.
My bad.
Dire Straits on
speaking.
Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday. Anyway, Steely Dan releases Pretzel Logic, an album that has Ricky, don't lose that number. Yeah. You know, you hit 32, and I'm over 32, of
Right,
course,
right,
but
right.
it's around 32, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? The Dan is pretty damn good, aren't they? They really can groove. I guess Yacht Rock. Oh, burped right into the mic. Excuse me. I thought I could get.
I do like Yacht Rock.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of. I love how they used Yacht Rock. Did y'all see El Camino? Yeah, the Breaking Bad sequel, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the whole thing with Todd's character is like he's obviously the violent psychopath, and all he listens to is like this love-based, you know, romantic yacht rock.
That's funny.
I mean, that's how I feel. Like,
Doesn't Walter at some point say, like, I think it's season 1, like he's having a conversation like with Flynn and his wife.
who? Oh, Flynn.
Yeah, but he's talking. I think he mentions like
Walter Jr.
just so everybody knows. But I think he says like Steely Dan is like one of his favorite bands of all
Open the
time.
door.
Perfect. What'd you say, James? No, that is I think that's perfect with that character.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Damn, Dad, don't be such a pussy.
Pussy. Are we still allowed to?
Pussy.
Were we ever allowed to
Say
anyway.
pussy?
No,
Oh,
we
yeah.
weren't doing an impression of a boy with cerebral palsy. You know who is? you know who was in that show? You know who actually played Lewis, his friend Lewis. Sorry, God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
Caleb Landry Jones, who is a Dallas local actor.
That's right. Was he in 3? No.
Yeah, he was in 3
He
Billboards.
was. Okay, cool. It is that guy.
Yep, he was in 3 Billboards. He was in X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
Banshee?
Yeah, that's right.
Banshee?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's you know, I haven't seen him in a lot recently. He was in Get Out, which
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea Peretti, the wife of Jordan Peele, who's also having a birthday this week.
Oh, 24/7.
Stone Cold Fox, by the way.
No, you're absolutely right. Talk about a nose. You know what I mean? When you
into
knows,
it.
you knows. But yes, she's turning 47, and I'm sure I would also put a down payment for her to suffocate me in the future. It doesn't have to be sexual. It's just like if I'm on my deathbed, you know what I mean?
Choice.
Right, it's totally her choice. But if
Her
I'm
murder.
if
her
I'm
choice.
yeah. Well, let's not call it murder. Let's not call it murder. I'm just saying, like, if I'm dying,
She can murder me. It's fine.
we're gonna get her in trouble. We're gonna get her in trouble. She's just
Assisted suicide?
Yes,
Yeah, that's.
she's
I was
my-
gonna
she's
say
my-
that, James. Thank you so much.
She's my assisted suicide machine. But yeah.
Okay.
Again, it can be
Yeah,
sexual
yeah,
if
that's
you
it.
want, but I'm just saying, if I know I'm about to die, just have a pretty lady choke me. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Like if I've got 10 minutes left, cut that in half. It's fine. All right.
This is a wild fact. Yeah.
What do you got?
On
What do you
this
got?
day in 2016, 4-inch lock of John Lennon's hair sells for $35,000 in Dallas.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly wanted to look up. I think if I had to guess, I bet it was Heritage Auctions, which like they're like a huge auction house out of Dallas.
Okay.
And I just didn't know that was like a thing.
Yeah.
But they, like everyone else, also have to advertise. So like I've heard them on the radio.
Yeah.
And like Robert Wolanski, he's like a Dallas Morning News writer. You know, if you're into local journalism, I used to read The Quick, and he had some pretty good articles.
Love The Quick.
He had some great articles. But anyway, Robert Wolanski, he used to work for Heritage, and I bet that was him. And I kind of want to throw him an email, because here's the thing. It's not like anyone knows who the fuck he is. I bet I could email him and be like, hey, I read this fact. Do you know anything about it? So I might do that. I might follow up and get some info.
Be fun homework for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, like I said, he's an active guy. I bet he'd be willing to share a story. He's like a Dallas historian. Yeah. I don't know why you would do that, to be honest with you.
Well, a lot of things have happened in Dallas.
You know, I think we've talked about it before, but the oh God, I'm forgetting the name of the fucking book now. But anyway, I'm not going to bring it up again. But the guy who wrote Bully, you know, that movie with Brad Renfro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, James? Like that indie movie with Brad Renfro and like the what's his Nick Stahl, right? I think Nick Stahl.
Yeah.
This Harmony Korine, or I don't remember what it is, but the guy who directed Kids directed this movie called Bully, and it was written by, I think his name's Jim. I can't remember. Anyway, but he's from Dallas.
Bijou Phillips.
Yeah. No, it's a great movie. I mean, it's one of those.
Jim Schultz.
Jim Schultz, yes. So
David McKenna, Roger Pulse.
The Accommodation is a book that he wrote about basically the covered up race wars, like or just like racial terrorism of Dallas. Like it's you can only really find the history in the book The Accommodation, and because of that, it's been circulated from independent distributors over and over and over again, and obviously now in the future, here we are.
Right.
You can get it online. You can get it as an ebook. So, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, yeah, I don't know. You grow up in the South. You grow up as like a liberal Southerner.
Yeah.
As a kid, you know, and you're a rebel and whatever, and you don't agree with what you felt like was generations ago racism, and and then you find out that your city is actively hiding like a history, just like the Tulsa bombings. You know what I mean? Like, not equivalent, pretty close. I mean, close in the sentiment of what it was. And the effort of what was happening. But yeah, like it's not shocking to discover, especially these southern cities, but just major cities having this hidden history of racism. But now our country's run by Nazis, so we'll bring it back out and we'll celebrate it.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah. We'll put those statues right back up. All right, on this day in 1980. Well, I thought maybe, you know, let's see. Is there any good news? Hey, on this day in 2004, Euro Trip is released. And I found out that the girl from Harriet the Spy was sexy.
That's right.
Who knew?
Scotty didn't know.
Yeah, Scotty certainly did not know.
That was the first time.
Scotty didn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. She tells me that church, but it doesn't know. It's just on my knees, and Scotty doesn't know. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Michelle Trachtenberg.
Is that her name?
Harriet.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, I wonder
Michelle
if her and Rosie O'Donnell still talk.
I hope so.
Yeah. Hey, remember when we did that movie together?
Is that your Rosie?
I don't know. I was going to let you choose, you know? I was going to let you choose. And I appreciate that you, yeah, I think that's right. On this day in 1986, Mike Tyson is sexually harasses a woman in Albany, New York. On this day in 1987, a bomb blamed on the Unabomber explodes. You know, that's fake news. I've read the guy's manifesto. I don't think he would do that.
Yeah.
I don't think he went to SLC, dude.
Well, he mailed it. That's what he did. He used to mail those things.
Jesus, all I have stuck in my head now is Rosie O'Donnell.
Some of
wears
them.
Underwear with
Yeah.
dick holes.
Some of them he went in person.
No, you're right. You're right. What'd you say, Mike? I'm sorry.
All I have stuck in my
The
head now
computer,
is...
the computer store one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Rosie O'Donnell wears underwear with dick holes in them.
What's that from?
Chappelle's show.
Perfect. Yes. Why would I think that's from anything else? All right, if we're gonna make another Dallas or at least Texas, related note on this day in 2007, Explosions in the Sky release. I don't know, what is that? Their third record?
I think so.
All of a sudden, I miss everyone. Man, yeah, the 2000s were a great time for instrumental music.
That was the first record of theirs that I listened to and just opened my eyes to so much.
I don't know that really the indie scene of the 2000s was a pretty special thing. I mean, it was also completely co-opted by mainstream labels and completely ruined by the 2 years after this fucking album was released. Honestly, but yeah, the early 2000s, mid 2000s were like it was like a punk scene, but it was indie, and it really kind of revamped the DIY scene that still exists. It just doesn't feel as big, but maybe that's just us getting old and being out of the scene. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not going to ask a 20-year-old. I don't want to talk to him.
Also on this day in 1996, Newsboys released their record "Take Me to Your Leader."
I don't.
I'd be surprised if you did. It's a Christian rock band.
Okay, all right.
The big song from that record was the Breakfast song.
Wait, they are Christians, and their sentiment of their album title is "Take Me to Your Leader." Mm-hmm. I don't trust that.
Oh, bud.
Like, because they already have an established way of thinking. This feels like one tribe clearly already othering another tribe to the point that they're seeking out the leader. They've got business, and we need to stop them in their tracks.
Listen, if you have
Why is their name Newsboys?
They're bringing the news.
Bringing the news. Yeah, I totally
get
get
heard
that.
the good news?
Yes, exactly. I totally get that. Maybe you didn't go to as much church as I had to. I didn't go to any
tried
church.
not to.
I went to a lot.
Mike went to a bunch.
I just dismissed everything I heard whenever I did go.
I mean, by the time I had to go, I was 11. So yes, I was like, "What are y'all?" Yeah, I've been fine for 11 years, guys. I don't think this
is a cult.
Yeah. Why do I feel weird? It's you. It's you. It's not whatever that. It's you. Also, where's the free coffee? No,
I'm here for the coffee.
I just knew that the donuts were by the coffee, but if my dad heard me asking for donuts, he wasn't gonna let me go. So yeah, so I had to ask for where the coffee was, and then he figured that out after about 4 times. Oh, you like coffee? When did you start drinking coffee? Like, oh no, I just here. I only drink coffee here.
No, Dad, it's just here. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I thought I was so smart.
It's actually a big day for music birthdays.
Let's do it.
Born on this day, now dead, Kurt Cobain.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, he died on April 4th. I thought his birthday was April 4th. I think he died on April 4th. Sorry.
Okay.
So I was mistaken.
He was born on this day, died on April 4th.
Okay. Yes.
Also turning 37 today, Rihanna.
Oh, God. Talk about a woman that I would only put that down deposit for her to kill me if it was sexual. That would be an ultimatum, and I would take the shame. I would take the accusations of being misogynistic and objectifying, and I would die with it.
You would stand under her umbrella?
Man,
I'm just saying, whips and chains excite me.
I can't.
Bitch better have my money. You know what I'm saying?
If I say any more, we're gonna have to put it behind a paywall.
Now, come on.
Turning 22, Olivia Rodrigo.
That's right.
Never heard one song.
I like Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm a fan.
She had a couple.
Driver's license
that
or
were
something.
Yeah,
popular.
Yeah.
Right?
After that, I think "Good for You" was a great song.
Something like that.
Driver's license. That could have been 5 years ago. I don't know.
No, I think it was. I think it was
Okay.
like her first record.
Well, I don't see. That's the thing is, Olivia Rodrigo
Yeah, it
to
was
me is someone.
a while.
Really? Yeah. So to me, Olivia Rodrigo is someone who like it feels like she's been around for 2 years.
Yeah,
But I guess not. You know what I mean? Like I just
maybe 5, something like that.
right. No, because wasn't she was in high school or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was a pandemic thing.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, definitely.
okay.
I definitely think so.
Okay.
But also, I want to go on this vibe.
Yeah.
The music vibe. Turning 38 today, Miles Teller. I only say that from that
Whiplash.
Whiplash. What a great fucking
Dude,
movie that was.
It is a great movie.
Fantastic movie. I
Yeah.
bought that movie. I
Yeah.
don't buy very many movies.
Nice.
Dang it! I need to get me a Blu-ray player. But the
Not
thing
my
is
fucking tempo.
not my fucking my tempo. Is that not quite my tempo? Not quite my tempo. No, it's a great movie. The drum. He's clearly not a great drummer in real life, which is funny because I love sending. I've sent a clip of him playing drums a couple times to Shelby just to make him mad, just so he can be like fucking, you know.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, I'm sorry. He can't do double time jazz fucking standard shit. Like,
No, to be
that's
honest,
hard.
to be honest with you, I think Shelby would probably be like, I'm not that good either, even though he is. You know, it's just that's how Shelby. If it wasn't just yelling at me, he probably wouldn't. He, that's what we get to do. I get to yell at Shelby. Shelby gets to yell at me.
He also played Goose's son in Top Gun.
Yeah,
Sorry to cut you off there.
No, that's okay. I mean, I wouldn't say anything.
Oh yeah, Top Gun 2.
No, Miles Teller he's been in a bunch. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the failed
Fantastic Four. It's
Is in that 21 and Up movie.
oh yeah.
The Spectacular Now, which I saw with a girl, and we definitely had sex after that.
Nice.
Like, what a weird movie to put a girl in the mood. though.
Yeah, he did a bunch of rom-com kind of stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, and it was a rom-com, but it was also rom-com like about alcoholism. So
Oof.
we got under 2 minutes. Let's
David Herman. I like that one. Happy birthday, 58.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Bolton.
Oh,
in
that's
Office
right.
Space.
Yeah, dude.
It's just a
he was
coincidence.
also in Mad TV, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
forgot about that. I watched that. I rewatched that last month or so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched it last night.
timeless.
Nice.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
timeless. I think the weird thing about it though is almost like now I'm like I kind of would take that.
Yeah.
Like there's not a Nazi as a president, and I can just go home at 5 p.m. I might do it, but that really shows you like I don't know that like Office Space may have a different legacy in the future in the sense of like people felt this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like remember before? No, we don't. But people were like doing these menial jobs, and like it was a pretty overwhelming feeling of being like life's worth more than this.
Right.
Where'd that go?
Right.
Gary Cole is the perfect timeless vice president.
That's also true. Yeah. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. We have under a minute.
I miss all my dogs.
Miss all my dogs. Born on the Sand of Dead, Robert Altman, director. If you haven't seen Cookie's Fortune, hilarious little like indie comedy from like the 2000s. But he directed Popeye.
Popeye is the only thing on this list that I think I've seen.
Nashville's really good too. Oh, speaking
Ever
of
seen MASH?
MASH
not
is
the movie.
great. MASH is great. Nashville, Shelley Duvall. I would if I can't have Shelley Duvall from Nashville, I don't want anybody.
Well, do you want the Shelley Duvall from Popeye?
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Sorry. All right. I guess I'd take Shelley Duvall pretty much anytime.
Yeah.
He also directed a film version of Fool for Love, which I love. Sam Shepard. He wrote
Oh.
Fool for Love, but I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna